no real heat relief to tell you about.
Ooh, all right. Thank you, Justin. I feel like I'm going to say this a lot the next couple of Fridays, but might be a good time to spend some time in the air conditioning
It always
and
is.
see a movie.
Yes.
And we have a really big one opening up this weekend, Josh.
Yes. Giant dinosaurs.
Yes.
So big in many senses. In Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which is, depending on how you look at it, either the second Jurassic World movie or the fifth Jurassic Park / World movie.
So probably for the younger people, this is the second
Yeah,
one.
if you don't remember the first one, it's actually, I think it was the 25th anniversary of the original Jurassic Park recently.
If
so.
you're ready to feel old,
Exactly.
25 years since the original?
Yeah, although it holds up, as we were just talking about off the air, it holds up really, really well.
It's still good.
The effects even look great. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why these new movies are maybe not as exciting, is that at the time, in 1993, seeing these CGI dinosaurs was just totally mind-blowing. And now, this kind of stuff is in every blockbuster movie. We're really used to it. It's not mind-blowing anymore. Not that the effects look bad, but they're just kind of expected and rote at this point.
The first one, we'd never seen anything like that
No,
before.
it was totally groundbreaking, and now this stuff is very familiar. And the idea, too, of course, now that we've had 5 of these movies, that we've got genetically engineered dinosaurs, they've returned, they've run amok, they're going to eat people. We've seen all of that too.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it's tough for them to bring some new energy, new ideas to this story. I mean, we had in Jurassic World back to the idea of the theme park and the dinosaurs, and then of course chaos reigned. But now that the park is destroyed, and so we've got this island where dinosaurs are running around unrestrained, which is very similar to what was in the second Jurassic Park movie. And Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard reprise their characters from the previous movie, and they head to the island to rescue the dinosaurs, which seems like a terrible idea. A lot of bad decisions made by characters in this movie. And then it takes a turn, and I don't want to spoil too much, but the second half of the movie does bring the dinosaurs into kind of a new environment, and it becomes almost like a creature feature monster movie.
Oh, like a scary movie?
I mean, yeah, almost like that. I mean, it is scary anyway,
the
but
original?
more like a horror movie. Almost.
Okay.
J.A. Bayona, who's the director this time, directed a movie called The Orphanage about 10 years ago, so he has horror, spooky, haunted house kind of roots, and it's incredibly silly. I mean, I say it's a scary movie, but it is not scary. It's just ridiculously B-movie goofy and laughable. And if you're on that wavelength for it, it's kind of amusing. But like I said, it's so idiotic that it's really hard to, you can't get caught up in the wonder and the amazement like you did in the original, just of the idea that these creatures, these majestic creatures have returned. And now it's like just a silly B-movie.
I do feel like the first movie with Chris Pratt, pretty much everyone was talking about it or saw it, even though the reviews seem to be pretty mixed.
Yeah, it was a huge, huge hit, which of course is why we have another movie now. This movie I think is tracking to do not quite as well, but I think people maybe because there was a long gap between Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World and people were hungry for more dinosaurs, I guess. But now it's only been a few years, we saw what we could do with that, and maybe there's not the same level of excitement for it. And again, I feel like this is kind of a one-time deal. There's just not enough story to sustain 5 movies here. It's no longer fresh, and you can rent any number of ridiculous, silly dinosaur movies on demand at Redbox and watch them on Netflix, and this is really not that much better, and certainly not any more clever than any of those movies. So I think what we had with Steven Spielberg back in 1993 was something really just grand and exciting and artistically accomplished, and here we just have something that doesn't have any sophistication to it.
Doesn't need to happen. But Chris Pratt doing real well for himself out there.
He is in all these big blockbuster franchises, and he's fine. Bryce Dallas Howard, they're fine, but they just run and yell at stuff, and that's all they're really called on to do here.
All right.
So
probably don't need to skip that then.
I think
all right.
so. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Josh.
All right.
We'll be right back.